Hello. Today's July 3rd, 2025. Um, and first, I'd like to thank the different ones there's only been a few of you who have watched. I've not made um, any announcement or shared that I'm doing these, but the feedback I've received definitely helps me move forward with doing these because this is not easy, and it's definitely these next few videos, however I do it, is really not going to be easy at all. Recounting uh, the mindset, um, and I'll try to. I'm going to try to um, describe it as best I can. Um, it was brutal time. It was brutal. Uh, so um, so the aftermath. Uh, After my dad passed, um, you know, the great part was my family. We all prayed. We were in my parents' living room, and it just came natural, and it felt good. It's something I will probably it's something I'll never forget, and it just came natural to us. And we leaned on God for comfort, and uh, Jesus showed up. I mean, Jesus knew we were hurting. We were in a lot of pain, and so my br- my brother told me I needed to go home because he just knew I wasn't all right, and so I went home, and I was sitting. I came home. I was sitting in this chair. I grabbed a bag because I was tired of getting up from throwing my tissues away. I just bawling my eyes out. Um, I would try to sleep, and I kept seeing my dad's face. Why couldn't you save me? Why couldn't like all the stuff that I knew wasn't true, wasn't really happening, but my brain was, it just felt so real. And so the next several days, it actually went on for a couple of weeks. Um, I I reached out to well, I'm jumping ahead, but I was just a walking zombie, and anytime I tried to sleep, I just kept waking up with my dad, his face showing up in my face, in my dreams, my nightmares, stuff stuff nightmares are made out of. Um, and again, it was not my dad never made me feel like I was less than. He never made me feel like I wasn't good enough. Nothing like that. It wasn't something that was underlying. It wasn't anything. My parents are amazing. They've always been amazing, even when I didn't think they were. Um, I, as I've gotten older, I realized they were just looking out for my best interest, and but ultimately, my parents have always been amazing, and uh, and so I knew that what I was facing was not some underlying issue. It wasn't something that was instilled in me. It wasn't something. It just, like I've said, and I've said numerous times already, something happened in my brain that night, and I can't express it. I cannot articulate it enough because I don't understand it. I felt something happen. And so the funeral happened. Um and I was just a walking zombie. I reached out to my doctor and I said I can't sleep. I cannot sleep. And I need something. She prescribed something, and um bad part about that was um it made me really like it just it didn't sit well. It didn't I was worse off than just not taking anything. Um I had since found some other stuff that through my doctor's help had helped, and I started being able to get some better sleep, and and I was going in. Thank God, like my work situation, because of what I do. My boss, he knew so much. He had reached out to my wife. He's like, Keith's not okay. He's not okay, and I didn't know this until just a couple months ago, and maybe about 6 months ago, maybe. I mean, about a year and a half, year and some months maybe had passed before I found out that he reached out. And the only reason I found out was because she had his phone number. Something there was some kind of connection. I said, "Oh, that's I didn't know you're connected to my boss or what." She said, "Oh yeah, he reached out after your dad passed." But that was my boss for you. He just retired. And if he ever sees this, congratulations. You were deeply missed. Um, but um, and if you're watching, I appreciate everything you did for me in that time, because it you definitely made things easier for me. But I would come in at all hours. Uh, my normal shift is 4:30, and I would come in at midnight. I would come in 1 a.m. Everything but my normal shift, just because I couldn't sleeping resulted in nightmares, and I so it was just a brutal battle. It was really tough, and I had people, they would, people reaching out, send me text. I have so many screenshots of messages, of um just quotes, uplifting quotes. There's just so many different things that I've screenshot, and I think I want to make a video putting all that stuff together. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that or not, but most likely I will. Um, I have some ideas what I want to do just to show appreciation, because really, really, it's what got me through. Um, I I was a mess, and I knew my wife, my daughter were trying to help me. They didn't know how to help me. I didn't know how to be helped. They told me I needed to go get therapy, and I knew enough to know that they were worried about me, and that something wasn't right because I wasn't sleeping. When I did, it just next couple months it was tough. It was really really difficult, and uh, but my wife and I, we hardly ever fight, and but during this time, I knew I wasn't easy to deal with. I knew, but I didn't know how to fix it. But I wasn't sleeping. I was angry at myself, but I didn't. At this time, I didn't know I was angry at myself. I didn't know that. No, well, no, I did. I didn't know why I was angry at myself. That's what it was. I didn't know what. I didn't realize yet that I was beating myself up for failing my dad, feeling like I failed my dad, which isn't the case, but it's what ultimately through therapy we uncovered, that the whole underlying issue was that I was beating myself up because I failed my dad. One of the biggest things my parents, my wife, she even just recently just said, "You are way too hard on yourself." And I'm trying to get better. I really am. I'm trying. Um, I've been trying to show myself grace. I've put on a ton of weight. A friend just came over, saw a picture. She's like, "You do not even look close to that." And I thought, sadly, that was only a few years ago, and it's pretty a little bit longer. But even that, I was still wearing that shirt. I just wore it that previous summer, and I cannot put that shirt on unless I want a crop top. Um, But my mind was not right, and my wife and I got in the worst fight we'd ever gotten into, and so much so that she was going to leave, because she felt like that's what I was wanting, and what it was is I just the reasoning doesn't matter what set it off. The fact of the matter is I was not right in the head, and um and I turned a situation into even worse, all because I just felt like I was a failure of a person, and it's when you live your life trying to be uplifting to others, and you try to speak life, you try to be encouraging to others, and have you're starting to accept that you are none of that. Again, I know that's not true. I don't need anyone come in and say, Keith, no, I know now it's not true. But at the time, I was continuing to feed the negativity to I really I don't know why. I cannot explain. Anyone who knows me knows I am not short of any self-esteem. I think very highly of myself, and to even be speaking this out to where other people could see it, um because I haven't until just recently gotten more vocal about the depths of the depression I was in. Um, it's really it's a hard pill for me to swallow, even now, to accept that I was in that low of a state, because it's just not me. It's just not me. But I I started to accept that I was useless as a person. And this is really where it started. The darkest time of my life started to start feeding itself. And man, yeah, the next video is gonna suck. It's not gonna be good. Um, yeah. I'm gonna wrap this up here. Uh, I'm gonna try and figure out how I want to do the next video. But the main takeaway is uh, if you find yourself, if people tell you to go get therapy, if anyone insinuates, anyone suggests that therapy might help you, just do it. Just do it, because it genuinely might be what saved your life. Um, it, I'm just saying it. Yeah, the next couple months were absolutely atrocious. So um, next video is really not going to be easy for. It's not going to be easy for me to do, but yeah. So I'm going to end this here because it's 14 minutes and it's too long. Um, Again, thank you though for your feedback. I do appreciate it, and always know that I am fine now. I can laugh at things. I can. It still sucks knowing I went through it, but ultimately I love the life I'm living now. I wish my dad was here, but I have come to acceptance. I have come to accept the fact that the trajectory my life has taken now could not be possible had that night not happened. Um, and me not leaning into my faith like I had never done before. It simply could not. I don't believe that there is any other way that my life could go the way it is now had that night not happened. That's my belief. And ultimately I'm gonna make it to heaven. And I'm gonna bring everyone I can and we are going to have a joyful day. And I don't know how heaven works, but um, I'm going to introduce everyone to my dad, and it's going to be an amazing time. And I'm going to bring everyone I can.